All right, this is your brother Issachar coming at you with another lesson. First off, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaa Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstones I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the aquas that's listening and learning. Today's video is going to be entitled, I'm Glad I Never Became Famous. All right, I'm glad I never became famous. And I got inspired to do this lesson because a few nights ago I was sipping a little bit and I was just in the crib chilling, and I ended up listening to my favorite rapper, which is Lloyd Banks. I grew up, definitely got into rap music around like the late 90s, early 2000s and everything like that. And G Unit, they were definitely one of the hotter groups out back then. Everybody knew about 50 Cent and everything like that. And then, of course, they had the group G Unit, and Lloyd Banks was a part of that. And I just liked his style. He had metaphors. He was the punchline king back then, in my opinion. And I just liked the way that he brung out songs and everything like that. And he definitely was one of the ones that motivated me to take rap seriously, because I definitely was up there, man. Definitely was up there. I'm not bragging or boasting or anything like that, but when it came to rapping, I felt like the next big thing or whatever, because I took it very, very seriously. I was just like, started off doing music, and I used to be a so-called what they call that, not a wankster, but wannabe. There you go. Pretty much the same shit. Over here walking down the block, because I grew up in Chicago and everything like that, and I would walk up and down the block and talk to certain people that were probably affiliated with gangs like GDs or Stones or whatever, acting like I'm all cool or whatever. And I remember one night I was just walking down the block late at night or whatever. I'm like, yeah, everybody know me around here and everything like that. And then I would walk up and down the block, but then at the same time I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, what the hell are you doing out here? I'm like, something can go down and you can get caught in the midst of it. And I'm like, is any one of these niggas gonna be there for you if you get caught? Hell no. I was like, man, let me take my ass back up in the house. So I ended up going back in the crib, and then I switched up my whole style as far as rap is concerned. And I wasn't switching it up to be like a conscious rapper either, because I ain't like a lot of the shit that they used to bring out, like Talib Kweli and Mos Def and everything like that. Like, I like listening to their music as well, but they were like black. I was like, I ain't want to be like that. So I started switching up my style, and it caught on to a lot of people. And pretty much, I was getting to the point where I had a manager and everything, and she was getting ready to have me open for Jermaine Dupri and everything like that. And I was getting ready to talk to an A&R, and pretty much things was about to start rolling. But the Most High had other plans for me, because he ended up putting me in a wheelchair for about 2 years, because I just had this bad pain that would go through my back and my legs, so I couldn't walk for shit, man. So he was like, nope, you ain't about to do this, right? And then after that, YouTube became hot and everything like that, and I was getting ready to snowball on there. But then something happened with my account where it got taken down. I wasn't able to make money on it and everything like that. And I'm just like, damn, man, I can't get by, And so at the end of the day, when I was listening to the music a few nights ago, like I said, I like listening to the music, it sounds good and everything like that. But at the same time, my spiritual side kicked in, and I'm just like, man, but this music is foul though. Here it is, supposed to be my favorite rapper, right? And he's talking about running trains on women, selling drugs, going in the club with guns and everything like that. He's talking about doing shows, and if anybody a real G, bring your guns to the show and hold them up in the air and everything like that. And I'm just like, man, rap music has definitely took a turn from the 80s. At least in the 80s, it started off kind of good. It started off like, man, this is how we living. Our people are on drugs, this and that, and so forth and so on. Then after that, it's just like, man, gangster rap and trap music and all this other shit, man, it took over. And it definitely has made Jake get to the point where they just love it, and they live that music, man. They live the lyrics that they listen to. Now we got music that's brought out and people are talking about being on drugs. You know, and the songs are really sad, man. They're really sad. When you listen to a lot of the music now, it's very depressing, and you could just tell that we need Yahweh to come back, man. All right. So at the end of the day, I'm just like, I'm glad I never became famous because, one, as we all know, you become famous, you got to do those unseemly things. You got to do things that completely goes against the commandments, statutes, and laws of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You already know. Selling your soul. You already know what I mean by selling your soul. When you go try to be famous, you got to do these things if you want success. And that's one of the things that I've learned when I was doing music, because I knew somebody that told me that they can get me plugged into the industry. But when I told them that I'm cool with that, I was like, but I just don't want to do any of that weird shit. You know, they never hit me back up again. They never hit me back up again. So that was like a cool let me know, like, okay, this shit is real. And then, interviews like with Lupe Fiasco came out talking about how now artists can't even write their own lyrics. You know, if you have a talent, or if you have a voice, at least you don't have to even have the pure talent of making your own songs or anything like that. They tell you what to say, tell you how to say it, because your voice matches what they want to bring out, and that's it. And I'm like, man, that's lame as hell. You can't even be yourself in the industry. And like I said, man, and then they make you bring out these songs so they can lead Jake out, man. They can lead Jake out the way, because they want Jake to be destroyed. They don't want Jake to seek Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai no more, man. So at the end of the day, this image right here, as you can see, it has a red light and everything like that, because as you know, you got to sell your soul to Satan. All right, you got to sell your soul to Satan. You got to wear the sunglasses while you're doing interviews so people can't see your true nature and your eyes when you answer certain questions and everything like that. It's a very, very scary and horrible path to go down. All right. And like I said, I'm over here zoning out and I'm listening to the songs, and like I said, they sound good, but I'm just glad that I didn't go that route, because, Esau would have made me do that. All right. But ultimately, that was Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai sitting me down, because he had another plan for me, and that was to do this work. And Lord willing, I continue to do this work all the way into the end, man. All right. So let's go ahead and get the scriptures. That was like a little small testimony. Okay. But we're going to go ahead and get the scriptures real quick. Okay. Because as we all know, there's no such thing as free will. No such thing as free will. But I'm not going to get that scripture. But if you want to read that scripture, I believe it's Proverbs 20 and 24 and tells you about that. But we're going to get Jeremiah chapter 1, and we're going to start at verse 4. It says, Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. And Lord willing, that's what I am, along with the other brothers that's out here doing the work, because you could be called into this truth, but something can happen to the point where the Most High could put a evil spirit upon you, and you can fall out of the truth. Or you can think that you're in the truth, but you're teaching a whole different doctrine, whatever the case may be. So if you go down that route, that lets you know that you wasn't a prophet of the Lord. Right now, through the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and I'm saying this with all humility, okay, he's allowing me to do this work and to bring out the correct doctrine, and he's allowing me to be consistent with it, be on fire with it. So right now, I believe this. I believe that I am a prophet of the Lord, and Lord willing, I am, because I enjoy doing the work. I enjoy, talking with the different brothers, because this truth brings a greater meaning in my life, man. It makes me feel a part of something that's real. It's not like when Jake get in the hood and they join the GDs or the Stones or the Bloods or the Crips or whatever. They feel like they need to join to feel like they're somebody. They feel like they're a part of something that's bigger than them. But it's on the wicked side, man. It's on the left-hand side. They don't realize that they're sending their lives off for the slaughter. And, with me being in this truth and understanding the truth and actually realizing what life is all about and what life is about to bring us, speaking to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, I'm blessed, man. And like I said, Lord willing, the Most High keeps His spirit upon me to endure to the end, man, because that's all we all want. We all want to make it into the end. So right now, I'm having a faith that I am a prophet of the Lord. And then hopefully, I continue to do the work in all truth and sincerity, man. All right. So let's get 1 Corinthians Because like I said, the Most High is going to make you do what he wants you to do, man. If he wants you to go out there and prophesy, he's going to put a spirit upon you so you can go out there and prophesy. All right. That's why it says what it says right here. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 30. It says, if anything be revealed to another that sitteth by, let the first hold his peace. For ye may all prophesy one by one, that all may learn and all may be comforted. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. All right. So if you were a prophet back in the ancient time, the Most High is going to bring you back in these times to be a prophet again. And like I said, man, you know, when you realize the things that you're doing on an everyday basis, you know, speaking about myself, you know, I get up in the morning, you know, I pray, do what I need to do, go to work, come back home. And every single day, I always make sure, like, man, let me make sure I have a lesson that I can bring out today, you know, because we're supposed to be on fire. We in the last days. We got to edify the flock as much as we possibly can, you know, whether it's a long video, short video, whatever. You know, you always just want to make sure you bring out something. You know, you just don't want to ever go multiple days without doing anything. And then if you do go multiple days without doing anything, because, you know, every brother's lives are different, at least you keep the spirit upon you to the point where you're like, all right, well, today I'm gonna do like 4 or 5 lessons within one day, and then just flood your channel with those, you know. So at the end of the day, it says the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So if you're a prophet back then, you're gonna be a prophet now. And Lord willing, I hope I was a prophet back then and a prophet now, you know. And we all want that, you know. We don't want to be anything else. We don't want to be in a world. We don't want to be a doctor or a lawyer, a rapper, or anything like that, man. You know, we just use this world for certain jobs we can make money and get by. Other than that, our main thing is just to be part of the elect, a righteous man or woman of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. That's what we want, all right? So let's get Zephaniah. We're going to get Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 19, all right? Because this is coming in the future, you know, when we get in the kingdom. But this is what we really want. This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 19. And it says, behold, at that time I will do all that afflict thee. Hold on. It says, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee. Salakia. And it says, I will save her that halteth and gather her that was driven out. And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. All right. So the elect, starting with the 144,000, they're going to get the fame and the praise in the kingdom. But on the right hand side, man, you know, on this side, you get praise and fame, like I said, by being a musician, being an actor, being a news anchor, being a YouTube personality, a TikTok personality, and everything like that. But as you can see, the majority of these people that are involved in these worlds, they do wicked things in order to get their praise and fame, man. We see it every day within the movies, within the music, everything. Women over here pretty much being whores in order for them to get praise and fame. You know, showing their bodies, getting these fake bodies, BBLs or whatever, getting their injected lips, all of these different things. You know, creating OnlyFans, and then they got the Instagram where you get famous on there. All right. This is where they get their praise and fame from. Then we go to the men over here. And when it comes to Jake, you know, this whole dreadlock thing is big. Jake is getting dreadlocks, you know, tight jeans, being unseemly to the fullest, bringing out music that influences our people to kill each other, to bring each other down in the hood, so forth and so on, man, you know. And then you could be like, well, that's just the music. Well, when you look at the movies as well, Jake does wild shit in the movies. Like I said, man, Esau definitely gets Jake when it comes to the movies. A lot of Jake got to do some GAY shit in the movies, man. They definitely do. And it could be people that you never thought would go down that route, man. You know, we don't have to name all of the people that went down that route in the industry. You can just look it up. All kind of names will pop up, man. All right. And so at the end of the day, you know, we like, man, when they get their praise and their fame, they can't really enjoy it, man. They can't enjoy it at all. Because when they home alone, they have to really sit there and understand and really marinate in the evil that they brought upon themselves, man. They can't look themselves in the mirror. You gotta realize that when you get your name on a so-called star in Hollywood, which is the Baphomet, right? You get your name engraved in a star, and it's on the ground that everybody can just step on. This is supposed to be like the Walk of Fame and everything like that, man. That's some bullshit, man. You got your name pretty much written here, and this place is getting ready to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. But this is where your name is written. All right. When you read the scriptures, the elect, they're gonna have their name written in the name in the heavens, man, for the kingdom, because they stood stiffly for the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So this is where we're gonna get our praise and our fame from. It's from doing what's right by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man, and not caring about this world. And like I said, well, we're not gonna rub it in people's faces either, because that's another thing that Jake does when they get fame here, because they get this money. Then they call their own people broke and so forth and so on, right? They look down on their people as if they're somebody else. They're not their own, as if they didn't come from the same background probably like a year or two ago, when they think they didn't, when they think that they didn't have any hope. Now that they got some type of opportunity, now they looking at other people like, yeah, you didn't put in this work, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you a broke ass nigga, this and that. It's sad, man. It's messed up. You know, this is why we don't want praise and fame here. We know, we're going to receive praise and fame in the kingdom. And, we're not even doing the work so we can get praise and fame in the kingdom. That's just something that the Most High is going to give us, man. So at the end of the day, we just grinding, man. We being on fire for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, so we can get out of captivity. And that's why our praise and fame is going to come from us standing stiffly for the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right. Let's get Baruch. Well, let me go to the other app. Let me click on this. And we're going to get the book of Baruch. Baruch chapter 3. No. Yeah. Baruch 3 and 24. And it says, O Israel, how great is the house of the Most High, and how large is the place of his possession. Great, and hath none end, high and unmeasurable. There were the giants famous from the beginning, that were of so great stature and so expert in war. They were famous because of their skill, their talent, right? It says, those did not the Lord choose, neither gave he the way of knowledge unto them, but they were destroyed because they had no wisdom and perished through their own foolishness. See? And this is what's going to separate the elect fame from the 2/3 fame. We want to choose knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We want the real fear of the Lord inside of us, man. We want to bring out the 100% truth to our people and stand stiffly for that, man. All right. Those are the people that the Lord is going to choose. These other people, that's like it says right here, giants famous from the beginning that were of so great stature and so expert in war. You look at it in today's age, you got Jake that's good at MMA. You got Jake that's good at boxing. Like I said, good at being a musician, an actor, whatever, a basketball player, football player, whatever the case may be. But guess what? They didn't choose the Lord because the Most High didn't give them any knowledge. So what happened to them? They were destroyed because they had no wisdom and perished through their own foolishness. This is why Isaiah 33 and 6 says what it says. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. When you have the real fear of the Lord inside of you, this wisdom and this knowledge and understanding is going to guide you through the Spirit. And Lord willing, you won't be destroyed because you have the fear of the Lord upon you, man. You chose the righteous route other than this so-called lucrative and devilish route, man. Okay? So that's what we want. This is the fame and praise that we're fighting for. All right? And like I said, right now, we're not even fighting for that. We just fighting for the names of Yahweh and Yahushua. We fighting for them so people can recognize that there is a power and there is his son out there. And his son is getting ready to return to make sure that that vibration of the Most High is brought upon here on earth. All right. So let's get one last scripture, then we'll close it out. We're going to get 1 Corinthians. We're going to go back to 1 Corinthians chapter 3, 16. And it says, let me let this go away real quick. And it says, know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy. For the temple of the Most High is holy, which temple ye are. And of course, we bring this out for the people who love to smoke and eat a lot, become obese and everything like that. You're supposed to take care of your body, man. All right, you're supposed to take care of your body because you are the temple of the Most High. You are one of the Most High's creations. So you're supposed to take care of yourself. The Most High didn't create all of these things just so it can be destroyed and rot. The Most High created everything that he created so it can flourish and be beautiful. Okay, so that's what we're supposed to do. Verse 18, it says, let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. All right, so the things of this world, the wisdom of this world is bullshit. And when you listen to music and everything like that, and especially the so-called ones that has a great name, like I said, like Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie, Eminem, Nas, so forth and so on, right? Jake will look up to these individuals as if they're smart as hell, because especially people like Jay-Z, because he's an entrepreneur. He owns all of these different type of businesses. He's a billionaire. Then when you listen to him speak on certain interviews, like the recent one he did with Kevin Hart, Jake will look at Jay-Z and be like, man, this is a chosen man right here. No wonder he got his position, because he has this wisdom, but he has the wisdom of this world, man. He doesn't have the wisdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That's why ultimately Jay-Z is going to be destroyed, along with these other rappers that's in the industry. All right. So, let's see. Let's read verse 20. It says, and again, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain. Therefore, let no man glory in men, for all things are yours. That's right. Whether Paul or Apollos or Cephas or the world or life or death or things present or things to come, all are yours, and you are Hamashiach Yahushai's, and Yahushai is the Most High's. All right. So the things of this world, we don't look up upon at all. We look down on it, because the wisdom of this world is going to get us destroyed. And we don't glorify men in this world, man. The only people that we're supposed to glorify is Yahweh Yahushai. That's it. All right. We give double honor to our elders, of course, because they've been laboring in this truth for, like Apostle Tahar, 40 years. Other apostles, 30 plus years, 20 plus years, so forth and so on. Then you got the other elders that came into this truth, 15 years, 12 years, so forth and so on, man. All right. So at the end of the day, we give double honor to our elders, but we don't push it. We don't get to the point where, we're bowing down to them. That's why the angel said in the book of Revelation, he told John, he's like, nah, man, get up, man. He told him, get up. Like, no, this ain't you don't bow down to me. The only people that you bow down to is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's it. All right. So we don't glorify men. We don't look up to nobody in this world or anything like that, man. The only thing that we do is, like I said, praise Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and we look down on the wisdom of this world. All right. So at the end of the day, like I said, this life right here, I'm just glad I never became a part of it, because like I said, when you really look at this life, it's very dangerous, man. And as we all know, we've been seeing rappers drop left and right. 2020, I think they said over 200 or 300 rappers died. And pretty much, I think it's pretty much what's been the same number ever since. Every year, another hundreds more, dozens more rappers dying. Even more rappers died this year. And we only in the month of February. All right. That's why I'm glad, the Most High did what he did to me, where he, like I said, he put me in a wheelchair. He didn't allow me to get into the industry, man. He didn't allow me to live that life. He wanted me to do this. All right. He put the spirit upon me to upload these videos and to do what I need to do, man. So at the end of the day, Lord willing, I continue to do that, because like I said, this is something that I actually enjoy doing, man. I have no problem doing these videos. When it's video time, I'll be like, man, let's go. You got to go out into the streets and do what you do there, and it is what it is, man. So, Lord willing, I hope this is edifying. So with that, I'm going to say, call Halayim, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaa, Quadash. Double honor to the apostles of the great millstone, which I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Akwat that's listening and learning. And Yahweh Ratazad, I'll be back with another lesson. Keep pushing, Yasharala. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.